Hello everyone, and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and today is Sunday, July the 21st, 2013. Now, about a week ago, someone gave me this machine to work on. This is a Compaq Presario CQ61. Now, normally, I don't very much like these newer consumer grade HP computers, and yes, you did hear me right, I did say Hewlett-Packard, because basically what has happened is Compaq has become a very lowly subsidiary of Hewlett-Packard. Now, it was my understanding as well that Compaq had ceased to exist in 2010, but it seems that if you peruse the shop floors of PC World in the UK and places like Walmart in the United States, Compaq computers can still be had brand new, running Windows 8, for not a lot of money. Basically, what Compaq have become is HP's cheap end. So if you can imagine the cheapest made Hewlett-Packard computer and then make it cheaper, that's Compaq. And that is awful sad, because a lot of you will realise, a lot of you will know, that I love vintage Compaq computers. Our family's first computer was a Compaq. I love Compaqs. But since Hewlett-Packard took over in 2002, it seems they themselves have gotten worse over time and taken Compaq with them. Now, it really is a crime, because both Hewlett-Packard and Compaq have been responsible for some of the most brilliant computers in the past, and both companies, and I'm not just saying this, as a combined thing, I'm just saying both companies, as standalone companies, back in the 80s, they brought quite a lot to the table. Hewlett-Packard back in 83 brought touchscreen technology to us. Compaq, well, they brought about the PC clones market. They were able to clean room reverse engineer a BIOS from the original IBM PC, the IBM 5150. And by doing so, they were actually able to make what is known as a PC compatible. And that really did quite a lot for the industry. So it's kind of a shame that Hewlett-Packard and Compaq seem to be laughed at a lot nowadays in the computing industry. And like I said, here I have one of the machines from Compaq's long and illustrious history. Now, I'm not going to do a Jeremy Clarkson here. I'm not going to drop a skip on it or anything. And there's a good reason for that. I have done my best to try and restore it into some sort of working order. And it is kind of running, as you can see. Thing is, the temperature runs very high on this thing. Kind of runs in the 50s and 60s. And, I've applied paste. I've applied new thermal paste. I replaced the fan, because the old fan and heat sink assembly was broken. It's like a fan is supposed to be able to run freely after you've spun it manually. Watch this. Supposed to be able to run A lot longer than that. Anyway, back to this system. Now, back in the days of yore, computer manufacturers used to bundle their computers with lots and lots and lots of factory installed software. And you know what? They still do. The thing is, back in times gone by, let's take for example a 90s Packard Bell. Something like a 406 CD from 1995, or an 822, or anything like that. You would have loads of software, from games, to edutainment titles, to office productivity software, and you'd even get a copy of Microsoft Encarta thrown in for good measure. You would get quite a lot. But the thing is, in 1995, it was all full software. I mean, as time went on, you did start to get some demo software thrown in. But for the most part, what you got was all full software. What you have here, I mean, I've removed some of the software and added some of my own, is quite a lot of just, well, demo software and junkware. Yes, you still get the obligatory copy of Microsoft Works. In fact, why don't we have a look at that now? Let's install all updates recommended. Yay! So this is Microsoft Works. And yes, it might look like you get Office 2007, and yes, it does still integrate, like it did back in the Work Suite days, but watch what happens when I start it. All seems fine, doesn't it? But hang on a minute, let's just wait for it to fully load. Oh wait, you need a product key. Nice going. Now I don't expect a free copy of Office when I buy a cheaper laptop. However, what I would like is if manufacturers would stop loading bloatware onto machines. By all means, give me some software like Microsoft Works. I mean, that would be good. But I mean, it's like, you know, you get your games. And I mean, what is this? It's a web page. It's literally just a web page where you can buy games. There's nothing included. There's a trial of Norton Antivirus. Again, it's a trial. Why do I want this? I mean, yes, I could buy a key. But I mean, maybe I want to use my own antivirus software. Fair enough if I want to buy a Norton Antivirus key. But I mean, a trial of Norton Antivirus is something that I could download and install myself should I want it. I mean, by all means, give me the files to install this stuff. But don't force it on me when I start my computer. Now, a lot of people would say, well, if you really don't like all this, software, just got a couple of options. Uninstall it. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I can uninstall it. And leave all the registry entries and goodness knows what else, and it was still there in the first place, and no matter how many times I run CCleaner, I don't know, I just don't like that approach. Or I could install a clean copy of Windows. Now, if this machine was still under warranty, which if it was before, it certainly isn't now, because I've actually had it apart quite a few times, then, I mean, seriously, if this machine was still under warranty, I'm pretty sure HP Compaq would not support my having a clean install. I know that back in 2009, when I had a short-lived period with a Sony Vaio, which had a similar problem, I could not get any kind of support when I tried putting my own install of Windows, and actually, not everything worked fantastically. And in any case, for the average user, having a clean install of Windows, they're not going to want to go all around the internet looking for drivers. I mean, yeah, sure, you can get them off of HP's website, but then, you've got to sit there and install them, which, yes, you would have to do, on a business-grade machine. However, there's another slight problem. What of DVD playback software? All that sort of stuff. There's software that kind of needs to be there with the, software that you might want to use with the drivers. Well, for your devices. Well, luckily Windows 7 does have its own DVD player. But for burning CDs, you might want something more advanced. Yes, you can download Image Burn. But I mean, what consumer really know? I mean, a lot of consumers might not know how to use that sort of stuff. To put it politely, you're in a wee bit of a bind. Live with all the junkware, or have a headache trying to find the different pieces of software needed to make a machine actually work as intended. Well, believe it or not, Compaq have actually provided such a utility. And I'm going to show you now. What we're going to do is we're going to restore this system back to factory settings. Now, as we do, I would like to inform you that the battery is faulty, so you will actually see an error message as the machine loads up. Depending on how well this machine works, I wouldn't mind getting a replacement. So, to access the recovery partition on a Compaq, you press F11. And what will happen there is you'll actually get into what looks like Windows 7 setup. It'll go Windows as load in files, then you'll get the regular splash screen come up. Starting Windows. Very nice. Do you know what? While recovering, make sure to remove all but the AC power adapter. Good idea. And yes, that does look suspiciously like the wallpaper used on Windows 7 Beta, on the install program for the betas of Windows 7. Way to go. Now, as with a lot of restore programs, you do have millions of options for contacting HP support, run computer checkup, file backup program. Basically, when you're restoring a computer, you are going to experience quite a lot of warnings. And I'm going to put in some myself. When you restore a computer back to factory settings, please note that you are going to lose all your data. Restoring a computer back to factory settings does what it says on the tin. Okay, if your computer's worn out, like on the chassis or anything, running this will obviously not clean it up and make it look like new. However, it will clean up all the software and make that run as new. That means all your Windows updates will be gone. All your applications will be gone. But more importantly, all of your documents saved onto the computer's hard disk will also be deleted. So please, 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 I beg of you, back that all up first. I cannot be held responsible for any loss of data, documentation, hairstyle, love life, or anything that may occur from emulating what you see in this video. However, if you manage to heed all the warnings, and you know exactly what you're doing, and you're prepared not to hold me responsible for anything you're away to see, then please continue to watch. If you would like to instead make life difficult for everyone, I will not mind if you turn off this video. Anyway, now we're interested in this left part of the screen. Now, the top option is Microsoft System Restore. Now, this would be quite useful, actually. If you're just wanting to try and get your machine up and running again. If it booted yesterday or even last week, but it's no booting now. That's quite a good thing. You don't necessarily have to be in Windows to access it. And if you can't get into Windows, this could be a good way to actually try and make your computer bootable again. However, that's not what we're interested in. You also have system recovery. Looks like a likely candidate, but if you click on that option and follow the instructions to complete everything under there, you're going to get all the bloatware back. No, what we want is this, Minimized Image Recovery. And that will install a copy of Windows 7 Home Premium, all the drivers, and some of the software like Power DVD. Some of the software that actually has something to do with the way the computer works. This basically means Microsoft Works will not be installed. Microsoft Office 2007 Trial will not be installed. Norton Antivirus, Norton Internet Security, Norton Backup, HP Games, Dora the Explorer, goodness knows what else was on here. None of that shit will be installed, and this is why I'm going to click on Minimized Image Recovery. Now it's going to give me an option to back up files. Well, I've really got nothing to back up, so I'm just going to do this. Recover without backing up the files. And now I get a warning message. All devices should be disconnected from the PC except the keyboard, mouse and the monitor. Failure to disconnect the devices may cause the recovery to fail. And we don't want a failed recovery. So what we're going to do is we're going to click OK. And then we get a message. Welcome to the Recovery Manager. Why, thank you. I was feeling a wee bit down. But now that I've been made to feel welcome to the Recovery Manager, I feel a lot better. Let's read on. Use this program to recover your computer to its original factory condition. This recovery process has 2 phases. Recovery preparation. The hard drive will be formatted and all the files required to restore the factory image will be copied to the hard drive. Recovery installation. Software and drivers are installed and the content is customized for your computer. Please detach all external devices before you continue. For additional information, refer to your documentation. Look, whoever wrote this is a poet and he probably doesn't know it. To continue, click Next. Now, you don't have to. You could click Back or Cancel, but I'm going to click Next because I want to, not because I have to. And what's going to happen here is the drive is going to be formatted, Factory Image Recovery Preparation. Formatting the Windows partition of the hard disk drive. Now it's done that. It's now copying files required to restore the hard drive. Now if I was going to do a standard system recovery, what would happen is that line would get to the end. It would say the recovery has been completed, and then what would happen is the machine would boot for the first time into Windows and it would run like it did once it was unpacked from the box. Had a battery slotted in it, power cord slammed into the back of it, plugged into the other end and switched on. But because I'm doing the minimum image recovery, ironically it's going to go through 2 stages instead of just the 1. The hard drive image will be restored, yes. However, this will actually then go through a phase where it actually installs all the drivers and software. It's not going to take anywhere near as long as that Packard Bell iMedia did, but it will use a slightly different way of setting the machine up. Anyway, as with any installation, this is going to take 6 minutes apparently, which I believe is just enough time to make a cup of tea. Alright, I have a cup of tea, and the recovery says it has a minute remaining. So I really wasn't that far off, was I? Anyway, So I'm just, I guess we're just waiting now. I did have to replace a keyboard on this machine, and the cheapest one on offer was a American keyboard. I must admit, I've got to confess to liking modern laptops how they've got number pads. This is one of the longest minutes in history, but hey ho. See, I remember Compaq Quick Restore when it was text-based and it was on a CD, and you'd load a CD into a Compaq machine and then it would tell you that it's not a Compaq machine. Recovery Manager. No longer called Quick Restore. Look at that Compaq logo. That's not a Compaq logo. Now this is a badly scratched Compaq logo, but it's a Compaq logo nonetheless. But that isn't. Oh, do I need to demonstrate what a Compaq laptop should be? This is the Compaq Armada M700. And it is amazing. Anyway, I mean, there's a lot that I do like about... Oh. Please excuse me. There's a lot that I do like about this machine. Like that machine over there, it has ATI graphics, except it's not ATI anymore, it's AMD. AMD Vision is a new kind of, well, a newish kind of system, where you have both, I mean, it's you can have regular integrated graphics like you get Intel sort, but AMD, they've got CPU and GPU on the same die. I'm not really sure how I feel about this, but I mean, the consensus is you're dropping a couple processor cycles, but in return for which you're getting lots of graphics, or at least a few. I've not had a chance to test this out, but rest assured, if the heat management will allow me, which it probably won't, I will be doing so. Alright, well, it's done. Recovery preparation is complete. After the computer is restarted, the recovery installation phase will begin. Please excuse the focus. Software and drivers will be installed, and the contents will be customized for your computer. During this phase, the computer will restart automatically multiple times. This is a normal part of the process. Do not shut down the computer, close the lid, disconnect the computer from the AC power, or attempt to access the computer during this time. Heed that warning. Best thing you can do is kind of leave it to sit there, and if you've drunk your cup of tea already, go make yourself another one. Like I said, I would like to get a replacement battery here. So away it goes. One file's copied. Packard Bell Restores always did that. And here's an aching reminder of who Compaq's owners are. HP Software Installation. Software is being installed. When complete, your system may automatically restart. Please do not turn off your computer during this process. Copyright 2008 Hewlett-Packard Development Company LP. Oh, maybe XW Bell's coming round to play some records. Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm just going to leave this to do what it's got to do. Now, this is not the machine actually ready, but this is the machine just going for another phase of setup. However, as you can see, this time it's booted into Windows 7 Home Premium. So it's kind of like the Packard Bell iMedia, which uses the system preparation tool. But this is going to keep going on until it's done, and when it's done, I'll get back to you. Okay, so after about 20 minutes to half an hour, it seems to be restarting again. So I really don't know what's happening now. Actually, I genuinely don't. Why would it be going Windows is loading files? Ah yes, the final part of installation is happening. Don't know why it needed to come back here to do it. Into the Windows setup part, I really don't know why it needed in there, but I guess Compaq had their reasons. Or Hewlett-Packard. Recovery is complete. After the computer restarts... Hang on. Recovery is complete. System recovery. Recovery is complete. After the computer restarts and you will be finished... System recovery. Recovery is complete. After the computer restarts and you finished the initial setup of your computer, you must perform some additional important steps. Update the security files from Microsoft and HP. Reinstall software that did not come with the computer. Restore any personal data you may have backed up if applicable. Click Finish to restart your computer now. Excellent. So what's going to happen now is the machine's going to restart and actually go into Windows. And then what we'll have is we'll end up with the out-of-the-box experience, which we're going to work through. Alright. Now it's going to prepare the computer once again for the first use. Setup is preparing your computer for first use. And the wireless is on, but we're not... I'm not actually going to set that up just yet. A couple of things I need to do first. Now, select a country region. Because this is a British laptop and therefore a British image, it actually sets everything up for the UK. Now normally, when I'm installing Windows, I usually have to tell it that it's not a US keyboard, that it is a British one. This one, because I installed a US keyboard, it's actually the other way round, ironically enough. So all I need to do is go to keyboard layout and click US. Let's have a look. Yep. Just there. Everything else we can keep as UK. Alright, and now need to type a name for the computer. Type my username, and then type a name for this machine, the Complop. And now to type a password. And now I've got two lots of license agreements to accept. Can I accept those? Going to use recommended settings for update. And I didn't realise how quickly the time had passed. Actually, it does make sense, but try the 21st, automatically adjust for daylight saving time, and it's 6:43 in the AM. Like I said, I'm going to skip over the wireless step, and now it's going to say Windows is finalising your settings. Now I do like this very much, this red Compaq backdrop, but it seems that every time I, change anything, even the mouse cursor, leave everything else as it is, it goes back to the Windows 7 blue. I don't know why that is, whether this is a one-time only thing. I'm going to log out and back in again, see what happens. But I do quite like this this background. I had a Sony Vaio that used to do that as well. Preparing your desktop, this can take a while. But I mean, I found this machine with the minimum system recovery image. I found this machine to actually be not too bad performance-wise at all. Oh, here we go. Now I like this background a lot less. This has been with us since 2009. But like I said, let me just kind of log off and see what comes up. Oh! We're back to the blue. So that really must be a one-time thing. Bit of a shame, that. Now I know that if I can find the image, there are third-party programs that will actually change this background image for me. So me losing that image is not anything I'm doing. So let's explore what the system has. But first I'd like to enlarge the mouse pointer. There we go. What I would like to do as well is not have the theme change the mouse pointer. Okay. So we do have a few things still installed. It's not slim pickings. Whoops, I don't know what happened there. You have the Catalyst Control Center. I love how you still got the ATI logo. Cyberlink Power DVD 8, Cyberlink UCAM, games. Let's have a look at what's on games. Yay, purple place! You have to find me a new look. Choose from the eyes, nose or mouth for me and then press the green check button. So this is kind of like that decorate the lettuce head. Do you know what? I think what we're going to do, I kind of like the purple lips. There we go. Red eyes have always creeped me out. And let's have a yellow nose. Alright, the mouse suits me perfect. Oh! Try something new. I don't get what I'm supposed to do. I didn't see. No. Feature is already on your Purple. To change it, click on another feature on the shelf. So you've got to kind of guess what feature this is? Really? Is that what you do? Nah. At least the other two games I can actually play. But, yeah, there's Purple Place. So, yay, Purple Place! And, as you can see, there's none of this other terrible nonsense. Alright, there's HP Support Assistant, LightScribe Disk Labeling, if I had any LightScribe disks, Recovery Manager. So, and you can create recovery disks, might be a good idea. But I want to see, you can actually reinstall software programs. And I wonder with the minimized image, what you can install. So it seems that you could take the minimum image, and if there's anything that you wanted, you can basically just install it from here. So for example, if I wanted Works 9, I'll just select that, reinstall programs, next, and then away it goes. I prefer this way actually. I mean, yes, it might take a bit longer if you want to reinstall multiple programs, but in the end, it's going to be a cleaner way to do it rather than uninstalling what you don't want. So I kind of like this. So while it is a minimum recovery, you do have the option of restoring programs one by one that you may want. Now, it's kind of a good job I've went this way, because obviously some of the images will have been, some of the software images will actually be, software images, some of the software application software will be hideously out of date. For example, Java, or even Adobe Reader. So it's best to try and restore the latest and greatest version of that, if you can. And obviously that's what I will do. So, yay. Anyway, that is a wee look at the HP Compaq CQ61 and how to do a minimum system restore. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. Instructions on how to do so will follow. And I'd like to thank the person who gave me this machine to work on. Oh, reinstallation complete. To use a program, you must restart your computer. Would you like to restart your computer now? I guess so. But thank you very much. And I guess this has kind of been this is a fun project to be working on. I mean, here is an HP Compaq laptop. I've built this. I mean, okay, I didn't have to rebuild the whole screen. But, I mean, I pretty much built this machine. You know? I've even had the processor out of the motherboard for cleaning. You know, so I installed a new heatsink. Just about installed everything, and I like it. You know, it's one of these systems that, you know, even though I normally wouldn't pick it up off the shelf, it's kind of become my, you know, my kind of project, if you will, you know. So, I mean, I do like it, and I've learned quite a lot on the way as well. And it actually goes. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll all join me for my next video.